Today I'm gonna go outside. It's beautiful weather. It's weather like it's supposed to be in March. So I'm going to take advantage of that, take a walk, absorb the sunshine, get some vitamin D, and I'm going to check out the pastures and the fences and make some plans for the spring, how I will build the fences and prepare the pasture for the cattle. So here we go. Actually, we just decided that my youngest son Daniel, who will be turning a year old in a few days, he will be joining me on the walk. But before we go out on pasture to check it out, let me show you a few clips of other things that are happening right now in the homestead. I think you will enjoy those. It's time again. The next batch of chicks is hatching. You can see a couple egg cracks there, and look up here. See that? The first chick has come out, is sleeping there, and I'm expecting over 100 chicks to hatch here. So I will keep you posted. Should look at that. We had a big forest machine close to us at our neighbors, and he is now bringing the other logs to the wood miser band sawmill. So we have a lot of timber to mill very soon here. This goes a bit easier than with our log trailer, that's for sure. Now I am at the store and I'm just trying to find some chicken feed for my chicks that are gonna hatch today and tomorrow. Just one bag of organic starter for them. Here you go. This is the starter pack. Organic. Perfect. Also got a bag of oats here. Let's go pay and go on. Okay, we're back. Let's get inside. Hi Ellie, did you sleep just now? Huh? Okay. Hi Danny, did you sleep as well? Is it good to be home? Papa has to go outside and do some work now. How's your bear doing? Did he wake up too? Yee. Yee. Oh, you're a little grumpy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh. Get you out of your seat, huh? Hey chicks. Got your siblings that are hatching right now. But you guys are big already, huh? Growing fast. Hey guys, would you let me make a video? It's way too loud. They're growing beautifully. And so these white ones there, their legs are starting to turn blue now, and that is a new bloodline of breasts that I imported from Germany. I'm gonna use those roosters to add some new fresh bloods and genetics to my existing breasts. Okay, well, let's go on the walk right now, and it's quite windy, so I will try to find a place where I can film without any wind noise in the microphone. Now here you can see a stretch of pasture. These are two of our chicken tractors. Up there you have the cows. That's where I feed them. And then a lot of our fields are just divided by these rock walls, these traditional Swedish rock walls. And on this field, on the other side, we had the chickens rotate the layers all past season. They went around there, and that pasture it's just incredible how there's one season of controlled pasture management will increase the quality of the pasture. And so here as well, we want to use the chicken tractors. In the spring, we're gonna move them up on top of the hill, and then we're gonna pull them down and then pull them back up the other way with a few batches of chickens. Gonna add to this pasture. You want to see how your land flows, and then we have to put in permanent fences, and then we will move the cattle daily. So the permanent fences will be at spots where, for example, like this rock wall, we put a fence there because it won't move. It will be there all the time. Now here you see this rock wall. We've also there you can see it. It's a metal stick, and then over there again, we've drilled holes in there. We're gonna put isolators in there and an electric wire. Use that as a permanent fence, and then the cows will rotate here. There's a permanent fence right there by the forest, and then between here we will be able to make sections just as big enough for the cows to have food for one day. So that's what we'll have to do. The permanent fence is still from when we had sheep. If I zoom in a little bit here, you can see it's this wire and the netting, and for the cows it's just the electric wire that is interesting. They don't care about the rest. They would walk straight through that. Now we'll really have to see where we'll run the chicken tractors and where we'll run the layers, because the layers, you just have a fence around it. You can have the house there, and then the chickens can just eat and scratch around this rock here. But the chicken tractor, it can't go over rocks like this that are in my pasture, still in my fields. I won't be able to move them. You see there's a tree stump there and a few there. Those we can either dig out or grind up eventually. That's not the problem, but these rocks we're not able to move. This is the northernmost part of our property. That forest there is the neighbors. It's very thick, but if it is so long gone now, so long grown, that if he would thin it out now, a storm would just lay down the rest. But you see how windy it is. The treetops are moving quite a bit. But down here where I'm standing, there's no wind because we have this forest here, and it's just protected by the wind. It's beautiful. So let me set up the camera, then I'll explain a little bit to you guys what our plan is here. Okay, so with this kind of grazing and pasture management that we want to do, it is very, very important for us that we don't have a dead-end pasture. What I mean by that is, if we have sections that the cows get every day to eat, I don't want to have to move them back over a few sections that they have eaten previously when they reach the end of the pasture. So what I'm probably going to do is, I'm going to put up a permanent fence here in the middle, and then have the cattle go around that way and around that way. And then the chickens follow 4 days after the cattle to scratch through the cow pies and sanitize the pasture. They go around as well. So we come from up there and we go back down that way, and everything has a flow. That is the plan. I will have to fine-tune the exact fencing. So what we want to do with permanent fencing, we want to put permanent fencing everywhere where there is a natural key line of the land. You see, we are not completely flat here. We are on top of the peninsula where our house is. We are 20 meters above sea level, above the lake level, and the whole pastures go like this. So if you want to do mob grazing, it's important that the cows are not on a piece of land that is flat and then goes up and then is flat again, because the cows will always lie more on top of the hill, and they will graze unevenly. So you want to have them graze just the bottom, the valley, or the top of the hill, or the slope. That's the plan. So where our pastures kind of go down, we will put up fences on the top and on the bottom so that they will always graze a part of the pasture that's the same. You agree, right? That's awesome. Now let me show you here how poor this pasture is because of all the birch trees that have been standing here, because of bad grazing. It's going to be really exciting to see how it will improve once we have the mob grazing and the cattle all over here. I just meant to say the chicken. Look here. This is moss. Do you see this? And I cannot wait for the layers to scratch through this and find insects under this and to air this, and the seeds that are laying in the ground, some of them maybe have laid there for decades or hundreds of years, they will germinate. Look here, when we come close to the forest, I mean, there's nothing growing here, seriously. Look at this. This is a field of moss. And I know that as soon as the chickens come here, this will change drastically. So as we're going to do this mob grazing, I want to give a piece of land to the cows with different size each day. What's very important is that you are able to look at the land and see, wow, there's like no grass here. They need a big area here to get enough food for today. Or you come to part of the pasture like up there that is much better, and the cattle will need a much smaller area. That's something I will have to get a feel for and learn. So we also have a pasture on the other side here, but it's very wet and swampy. We might actually let part of that become forest again, because it is so wet, seriously. But this is just a beautiful part of the land. Now this is all forest that we have to thin through still. See how tight the treetops are there. But we have again this 2-generation system in there. Birch and aspen, spruce trees under. Here we have a little creek in the middle of the pastures that right now is just frozen over. Somebody mentioned that we should use this for the cattle or for ram pump or whatever, but the thing is, this is just winter time and spring, otherwise it's completely dried out. You know, there are no bigger hills here on the peninsula where water can gather and come our way. It's just there where the buildings are, that's the highest spot. So the runoff water is gone fairly quickly and we have no creeks here. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video where Daniel and I took you on this walk and showed you our pastures and our thoughts regarding that. This was just this part of the land. We have the other side. That's a pasture that's with a slope towards the north, so it's much colder. And then we have close to our house and the neighbors' fields, but we want to focus on our farm first. So I hope you liked that, I found it interesting. I just get so excited. I mean, today we have 5 degrees Celsius above freezing. The sun is shining, there's this warm wind. It's January. We are supposed to have 30 centimeters of snow and negative 15 degrees or something. This feels like March. I've said that before, I know, but it creates these spring feelings in me, just this excitement about what we're gonna do here this year. But I'm glad it's not spring yet, because a lot of planning and a lot of building and construction will have to be done. We have to build chicken tractors, mobile hen houses, fences like you saw, permanent fences that have to be added on the other side, on the key lines, and lots of stuff. So exciting weather right now for me, for the spring feelings, and for the walk. It's amazing, but I'm glad it's still winter. It's still dark, but we're gaining 30 minutes of daylight a week, and it'll be more with every week, so that's exciting. In the summertime we only have a few hours of darkness at night, and you could get a lot of work done. So I hope you like this. The people with the farming in their blood like this maybe, and hopefully tomorrow, no promises, but hopefully there'll be a wood miser milling video coming. So stay tuned, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.